right, so the top setups going into this week, which is the first trading week of September, is going to start with Upstart, and these are on primarily daily charts. This is a 13 EMA, 30 EMA, and 200 EMA. Here we're using the volume profile. So you can see here, Upstart is sitting right on this anchored VWAP. It is underneath the EMAs, which is a little concerning, but this should start to act as kind of like a launch pad for it. So the fact that it's above the anchored VWAP and the point of control is very strong. And then if you go back further, you can see that if it breaks out over this anchored VWAP right here, that would be pretty much over this line, which can then shoot it up to this next volume bar right up here, which lines up with this next target right here. That would be $55. So Upstart can really start to go crazy. That first target would definitely be right here, this $38 mark. It's going to have heavy resistance there. So this is realistically this week's target, which is a 17% gain. So that's massive. The stop loss on this would be if it falls beneath this anchored VWAP, which is 28.95. So really just call it 28.75. That would be a loose stop. That would be kind of what I use. Otherwise, you can use this volume bar right here, which is an even $30. You know, that's less than a 10% stop. Those would be my two stop losses for Upstart. Now, Roku, again, amazing setup. You can see here that we've got kind of like a inverse head and shoulders almost. Like that would be a shoulder. This would be the head. Could be like a shoulder if we had another day down here. What's really nice is this pulled back on Friday, and then it got bought all the way back up. And now it's above its 13 and its 30, which is extremely bullish. When these two cross, generally stocks react very positively to that. As you can see, the MACD down here is also crossing. RSI is still bullish. MACD looks excellent. We can pull this here. You can see it is over the majority of its resistance. So now Roku just needs to break out right over this $83 level, which is this volume shelf here. Lines up with these two wicks over here. Target would be probably around this area here, which is $89. So again, we're watching a move from 81 up to 89. It's an 8.5% move, which is extremely solid, even on equity, especially if you're doing options. So the next one that I'm watching is NIO. NIO, really strong reaction when this candle hit the POC, got bought all the way back up. Again, we are under all of these EMAs right here, but the MACD is starting to look bullish. And we are over this. We're completely outside of this volume gap here, or this volume block here. So now next target would be this right up here, this volume shelf. So let me go ahead and place a line right there. So you can see that's 1277. From 11 to 1277 is still a significant move. That is a 15% move just for $1.50. And then above that, things can get crazy. We know how China gets. So potentially, $19. Not going to happen next week. Again, this is for the upcoming week. This one, I want to bring up the weekly chart just because you can see the weekly is a very bullish doji here. So it is resting right above that 13 and the 30. It's right underneath the POC. This is a massive setup. So this thing right here, look at all that volume right there as well. You can see that it was just so much buying going on right there. So if NIO can break out, kind of get over this POC, maybe over 1137, that would kind of be my trigger. Stop loss would be that $10 area, and then target, we're going for exactly like mid 12s and then possibly up to the 14s. That can definitely happen next week. But this is in my opinion probably the stronger setup. This and Upstart are my two favorites. So definitely keep an eye on these ones.